see if this works. Hey everybody, it's Dead Linux, and I am in the kitchen, as you can see. No, this isn't a cooking show, I don't do those. But wanted to apologize for yesterday's very short stream where I wasn't feeling too good, so I was out of commission for most of the day. Probably did it to myself. I'm getting older, I can't, go gallivanting as much as I would like anymore. But feeling better today. Today was actually a good Monday. Kind of cool that way, so I'm currently cooking. I've got one of them Hello Fresh kits that I'm using right now. So I'm trying to make this. I don't know how this will work. We'll find out anyway. But anyway, I've been thinking, as I usually tend to, about, what sort of content would I be excited about for streaming? And I kind of thought that maybe, trying to jump into a game that really has a lot of detail and has a lot of other stuff before I'm ready for it. It's probably why I always have problems getting into MMOs and games that are really complicated. So, something to think about. But just trying to think of what to do with the channel now. I mean, I started off being more of a Skyrim streamer. And that kind of morphed into RPGs and all sorts of other things. And trying to get back into that has been kind of difficult. Nothing's really grabbed me. I mean, I played Ragnarok online. Sure, I can do that, but it's a very specific audience. And for those of you who came over from that, I appreciate you stopping by. But, I don't really like to limit myself to any one game anyway. So I don't know. Does that mean I go back to Skyrim? I don't know. Does that mean I could? I have it ready. Oblivion, all those sorts of things. So you may see some random streams lately. If you do have suggestions of games, I may listen, I may not. I'll do the best I can, of course, to satisfy you all. But we may go back to some indie titles, some platformers, maybe, just bring out some random shit. So I don't know what it'll be, but it may help get me back into more of a regular streaming time. So yeah, so there's a thing. The other thing I was going to do too is, we did prove, though, that Monster Hunter World runs on Linux just fine. So there's proof there. So the other one I want to start too is Path of Exile. But I think those two, I'm going to play them offline. I want to get to know them first. And the same thing with ESO. I think for those, it might be best for me to play offline for a while until I get comfortable with them. And so I may take, I may not come back into a full 3-day stretch of streaming. I may take a couple days, and so those days that I normally stream, typically, or I had last year, I'll take those days to play games and get used to them and comfortable with them. So tonight, I'm probably going to try and sit down and get through the intro of Monster Hunter World and get back into it a little bit, so I'm to a place where I feel like it's my game, I can show you, and we can talk about it. As opposed to, you get to watch me fumble around like you've watched everybody else fumble around at a beginning game. So what would I do on other days? Well, stuff we know, I guess. And stick to some regular stuff. It may be boring. It may be lots of Ragnarok online. I don't know. But I want to make it patterns of things that where it's expected sort of play, that I know what I want to do within 2 hours, or 2.5 hours, and you guys get to expect that. So that's the kind of idea I have now. I don't know how well it's going to go. This has to be boiling first. I probably want to turn this up higher. So that's my plan. Also, I'm getting a lot more energetic because when it starts warming up, that helps. And it starts getting warmer, it's sunshinier, and again, today was a good Monday. So I'm not feeling so stressed about work for once in a very long time. So that feels good. So I think the only thing coming up is, again, I got the play on Wednesday night. So maybe we'll try a stream on either Tuesday or Thursday. Okay? I'll post it if I do. Otherwise, random streams may happen a little bit more until I can kind of get back into it. I'm still not feeling it yet. I mean, workplace stress is something I've never been doing well with. So the fact we're this far along is pretty good. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. Post something on YouTube so you guys can see it. I'm probably better doing vlogs than I am doing anything else at the moment. But you guys stay cool. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll hopefully see you sometime this week. And if not, we'll see you next Sunday for sure, because that's a day I'm going to keep. Even if I don't stream for very long, you'll at least see something on a Sunday from me. But yeah, this has been Dead Linux. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you all next time.